Hi everyone, how's it going? As you can see, I'm back in the field here doing some chlorine tests. A few weeks ago, I showed you a video about me doing reservoir inspections, and I'm here now doing some chlorine inspections. So I thought it'd be a good idea to show you how I do my inspections, what equipment I use, what's the process. So I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, I hope everyone's having a good day today. If you recall, a few weeks back, I talked about this chlorination system, which consists of a large tank housing the solución madre, which passes into the smaller bucket to help have a constant pressure, so that when the solución madre passes through these tubes, it drips into the reservoir at a constant rate. Now, in order to determine if the reservoir is receiving a good amount of chlorine, we use these digital chlorine measurers. Now, they're very useful because they tell us exactly how much chlorine is in the reservoir, and that helps us write our reports and determine if we need to add more or reduce the amount of chlorine we put into the reservoirs. So let me show you how I use them and how helpful they can be, okay? Hi everyone. So I am here with a bucket full of water from the reservoir. I have my digital chlorine measurer. I have a test tube to put the water in, and I have my chlorine tablets. Now, how I start is I fill the test tube up with some of the water from the reservoir, and I use this water as a base. So I get a water sample so the measure can scan it. It may take a little bit, but when that's done, I will put one of these chlorine tablets into the test tube here so that hopefully this turns pink. Because when it turns pink, that means that there's chlorine in the water. Hopefully that helps. And yes, I am seeing it's turning pink, so that's good. That means there is chlorine in the water. Now, ooh, that's a good shade of pink. Now, let's see if this is a good amount of chlorine. Now, we're hoping to have around 1.5 parts per million of chlorine in the reservoir here, which is the ideal amount. That's a good amount. That's a safe amount of chlorine to have in your drinking water. And we actually have a good amount here. That is, I don't think you can see it that well because the monitor doesn't work well with camera, but that's a 1.44 parts per million, which is a very good amount of chlorine to have in this reservoir. What that means, they're chlorinating this reservoir very well. The drip of chlorine is in excellent conditions, and there's not a lot I need to do here. They're really doing a great job in this reservoir. Now, in order to confirm that all the houses are receiving a good amount of chlorine, I now have to do a walk around town and measure the chlorine in a bunch of different houses. So why don't you guys join me while I do that? Okay, guys? So guys, overall the monitoring was a success. I was able to go to all the needed houses and take samples of their water, which had good levels of chlorine in it. And now I'm here in the office of the ATM in the municipality, filling out the reports needed for this. Overall, I'm super happy with the community's progress in chlorination. They're doing great. I have no issues with it. And that's basically it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you're thinking of being a WASH volunteer, this is kind of the type of work you'd be doing. So I hope you learned something about this. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Okay, guys? Bye!